31. She putting y'all way before me, yeah, she must be the one. Wisdom come out of her tongue.
Hey family, it's Misha Azali, aka Mimi. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Alright y'all, so I'm back with another random video. Hopefully I'll try to keep it about 10 minutes or less. I'm making this video because I just watched something and it just made my thoughts go everywhere, and so now I'm gonna speak on it. So I just seen, I'm not gonna say the person's name, but so I just watched a YouTube video but it was like behind the scenes of a person's funeral service, their repast, and it was a nice video. And the funeral was so nice. We call them homegoing celebrations. It looked really nice. The person who passed away was around my age. Sadly, I was surprised at how his peers showed so much respect, if that makes sense. Like now, when I see, younger people die in their funeral services, it's sad, but people don't show no respect in the way they dress, in the way they talk, in the way they show up. It's just no respect. So seeing this service, I was like, wow, they had a lot of respect for him, because the men, like I said, he was in his 30s. So there were a lot of younger guys there, and they all dressed in suits. And I'm not judging anyone, but I'm just saying, like, the amount of respect that they came and showed, you don't really see that nowadays. So that's one thing that stuck out to me, which is sad in a way. But I mean, like I said, it was a really nice homegoing celebration. A lot of family support. Sad, but they sent him off right. But like I said, I watched that video and it just got my mind going. Okay, so one of the things that came to my mind when I was watching this video, which is the main thing, and I'm going to try my best to try to put it into words on like how I'm feeling about the situation, but so just bear with me. Just watching this funeral service, like I said, it was really nice. Family showed up. They spoke really good things about him. You can tell that he made a lasting impact on the lives of his family and those who loved him. They spoke really highly of him. And like I said, you can tell how they showed up for him, how they respected, his services, what type of person he was. But I was thinking, and not just his service, but just in general, all the services I've been to, I know some people have a hard time with the actual funeral service, like being hard on them. To me, the funeral service is hard, but I always had a problem with, not a problem, but just really had a hard time with the burial, which is usually done after. Some people don't have one, some people do, but the burial part, that to me is usually what I struggle with more than a funeral service. And I think it's because it's more final. Like seeing that person that you love be buried, go into the ground, I don't know. It's just something about it being final. Like just knowing that body that you once hugged or, was around is in this casket getting buried 6 feet under it. I don't know. I remember at my grandma's funeral that it was hard. That part was hard. At the funeral service, people are speaking life and, making you laugh and, you going through the emotions. But like the burial, to me, that's final. And that's what I want to speak on. When we go to a funeral service or a homegoing celebration, we finalize it at that moment. Like once the services is over, it's kind of like, okay, how do we pick up the pieces and go about our life as normal as possible? We go through our grieving process. And it's kind of like, because the funeral service part is final, I'm not saying we forget about that person, but it's like, okay, may they rest in peace. Now, how do I live my life now as normal as I can, going through this grieving process? But when I was watching this video today, I was like, we never really stop and think that it's not really over for the person that we laid to rest. They're now discovering the real deal. Like, this life that we're living right now is just temporary. We get so caught up thinking this is the real deal, and it's not. This is temporary. When we lay them to rest, they're now experiencing the real deal, because now they're living in their eternity. Eternity is longer than this life that we're living now. So when I was watching this video, I was just like, dang, it's really like, I don't know, it's like a new beginning for everyone. Not just us, not just this new life trying to live without the person we love, but the person that we lost is, you know, it's their new beginning too, to eternity, to forever. And so it just made me think, like, the video that I just posted yesterday was about the fruits of the Spirit, and it was just, you know, love, joy, peace, faithfulness, just how to treat people, how to have good character, you know, just the principles to live by. And I think that's good, but I feel like we got to go a little bit deeper, because everything that we're doing in this life is really not for this life. It's to make this life easier, but it's really for where we're going to spend our eternity. And like I said before, I'm not a preacher. I'm not trying to be a preacher, but just thinking about this, like, it kind of blew my mind, because I'm seeing it. Like, I'm looking at this video, and this guy that passed away, he did have kids, and just seeing those kids at the funeral was super sad and triggering at the same time, because I was that kid at my dad's funeral. And so just seeing these kids, these young kids, not really, you know, old enough, they know what's going on, but not old enough to kind of, like, you know, grasp it. And then just knowing the impact, like the impact of not having their father, how it's going to affect them, whether they have the support or not. It's sad to see. So I just feel like, I don't know, we all should just do better at not just staying busy just to stay busy, not just trying to do things. Like, even the fruits of the Spirit, being nice to people, like, it's more than that. We got to do more. We got to do a little bit more, because this life is temporary. Where we're going for eternity, that matters more than this life. So, I don't know. I don't want to say we got it wrong, but the way we look at it, or the way I'm going to speak for myself, the way I kind of looked at it before is like, the person that passed away, or, you know, our loved ones that we lost, they're now experiencing their eternity, where, I don't know, that only God knows where that's at and how that is. But we're on this earth, because we don't see the other side of it. We get so caught up, we jump back into this life. And really, it ain't about this life. We're all going to have our day where we're going to meet, you know, our Maker and experience eternity. And I know where I want to go when it's my turn. So I just feel like we got to do a little bit more. We got to dig a little bit deeper, and just stop getting caught up in the things that really don't matter, that really don't make a difference. I'm going to be real. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes, but for example, if you go to church every week constantly, that itself is not going to get you into heaven. I'm not down in the church. Yes, go to church. But I'm saying, like, that, if you think just going to church but not changing your ways, and just being a messed up person, and not having that time with God, and not being faithful to Him, and not being obedient to Him, but just going to church, you think that's going to get you into heaven. It's not. Like, I think we sugarcoat too much nowadays. We got to be real. It's so much more. You can do all the good deeds you want for other people. That's not going to get you into heaven either. We have to stop spending so much time on the things that really don't make a difference. We got to learn to balance things out. Yes, be a good person. Yes, go to church. Yes, do good deeds, you know, but at the same time, we still have to be obedient to God's word. We can't pick and choose what we want to do, what makes us feel, but we got to do what He says. We got to do what His words say. We're not perfect. We're not going to get it all right. You know, we're sinning sometimes, even when we don't know we're sinning. Like, but your intentions, I'm just saying, be intentional about this life, because this life is only temporary. Be intentional about this life so that we can spend eternity somewhere where we really want to be. Because once we get there, it ain't no turning back. Okay, So I know I'm all over the place, but yeah, I just wanted to say that. I didn't want to get too deep in it, but just wanted to say that because, like I said, after the services, it seems kind of final. We go back to our life, and then we tend to forget what really matters because we have to go back to everyday life. We go back to being moms and dads and working and just having the stress of everyday life, that we forget that none of this stuff really matters. And I'm not saying be careless. I'm just saying let's be intentional about making time for what really matters. God being number one. Like we all say, God is number one in our life, me included, but do we really make him number one? Do we really have disciplined time with him every day? Or do we let other things get in the way? Like it's time that we start making decisions that will lead us to an eternity in heaven. And I'm going to just say that. This life, yes, we have to live it. I say enjoy it because I'm sure God has us here. He wants us to enjoy it. But at the same time, let's not get caught off guard and let's not let the enemy trick us any longer out of our spot. Like we're here for a reason. We're here for a purpose. And it's not a long time. All of our days are numbered. We don't know how long we'll be here. And I just feel like the enemy has done a great job with tricking us, trying to make us forget that we're here for a purpose. And so nobody's, I'm not going to say nobody, but a lot of us are just so distracted that we're not trying to find our purpose of why we're here. Days are going. Some people, unfortunately, time expired and they never found their purpose. And I just don't want that to be me. I don't want that to be you. So I'm just saying it's time that we get intentional. I can't say where anyone win, heaven or hell. That's not my job. I don't know. I don't know no one's relationship with God. Only God knows that. But I'm saying if you're watching this video right now, you have the chance to actually get intentional and just think about some things in your life. Reprioritize your, your life. God should be number one, and we can't just say it. We have to show it. Yes, like I said, I'm not downplaying church or anything like that, but don't let that be the only thing you do. There's other things you have to do too. We have to be obedient. Yes, it's about relationship, but we can't say, I have a relationship with God, but then I'm ignoring all of his commandments, or, he's giving me discernment, but I don't want to listen to it because it's not what I want to do. Like, it doesn't work like that. Y'all, we gotta do better. We gotta have more discipline, which I talked about yesterday. I'm fighting with that one. I need self-discipline in the important areas, the areas where it matters. Like I said in my last video, I have self-control on some things, but the things that really matter, the things that like my eternity would be riding on, I don't. So it's kind of like, what difference do it make if I have self-control or not, if I don't have control in the areas that matters most? So this was just a wake-up call. Funerals, to me, when I go to funerals, are always a wake-up call. But yeah, when I watched this video, it just had me thinking of some things, and I'm like, we're sad for them, but we should be sad for us. But the one good thing, we still have time to make it right. If we're still here, we're still breathing, we have time to make it right and actually be intentional going forward. Forget what we did in the past. Forget the times, we weren't intentional in the past. We can be intentional now. And we're not going to be perfect because we're human. But we can try our best to just try to put our best foot forward and try to do better so that not only our funeral service is nice, but our eternity is nice too. Because what's a really nice funeral service if you're spending eternity with, never mind. And I'm not saying that for the other guy. I'm just saying in general. You can have a nice service, but at the end of the day, that does nothing for the person that you're laying to rest. I'm just saying. So it just made me think, like, we got to do better. The devil has been trying to trick us out of our spot and get us distracted. But no more. If you're seeing this, just take this as your sign to be intentional. We all got some work to do. None of us is perfect. I don't know how long this video is, but I'm going to cut it short. But like I said, yeah, just some food for thought. Something I thought about when I watched that video. Nice homegoing celebration, and prayers to that family and those kids. I'm not going to say the person's name. He is well known, but I'm not gonna say his name, but it was a really, really nice service. And all right, so my camera has shut off, but I was saying rest in peace to him, the guy that I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his name. Yes, they did a really nice homegoing celebration. May he rest in peace. Prayers to his kids. It was really sad seeing them, his parents, all of his family, everyone, you know, that this impacted. And also anyone out there that's watching this video that has been through this, that's going through this, or may go through this in the future, prayers to you. And just keep in mind that we're all on the same journey. Everyone has their own date. Just keep in mind, we're all on a journey, and this life is only temporary. Enjoy it while you're here, but at the same time, don't lose focus of the bigger picture, which is finding your purpose here on earth so that we can live eternity in heaven, where we all want to end up, right? That's the goal. So thanks for watching this video. I know it was random. I am a random person, as you can see from my page. But thanks for watching this video, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.